Hello everyone, Ariam here, and welcome back to another episode of Not Dinosaur Days, because we are not talking about a dinosaur. This is the Shringasaurus, and you might be thinking, wait a minute, it has saurus in the name. Obviously that has to be a dinosaur. So this is a great reminder that just because a prefix or suffix is similar across a lot of species, it just means that the name or the root of the name is similar. It doesn't mean they're actually related. Saur or saurus just means lizard. Dinosaur as a whole means great and fearful lizard, and Shringasaurus here means horned lizard, for obvious reasons. Shringasaurus, while not being a dinosaur, was dinosaur adjacent-ish, being an archosauromorph, which is a relative to the family that includes dinosaurs as well as crocodilians and other animals. So, dinosaur-ish. But largely, this animal existed before most dinosaurs evolved, coming from the Middle Triassic period. Now, despite the somewhat fearsome appearance of this animal, Shringasaurus was actually an herbivorous reptile, and it's believed that it may have occupied a similar ecological niche that larger browsing dinosaurs like ceratopsians might have occupied, except it did it first, before it was cool. This animal was between 10 and 13 feet long and had a very rectangular body, with a weirdly long neck, which adds to the idea that it may have been a browsing creature, similar to some early evolutionary relatives to sauropods. Although I don't want to cause any confusion, this animal specifically was not an early relative of sauropods, just had a similar body type due to potentially convergent evolution. Those horns on its forehead are actually really close in structure to ceratopsian horns, like you would see on something like a triceratops. Although again, these animals would not have been closely related in any way, shape, or form. So it could just be another example of interesting convergent evolution. Also, some specimens of Shringasaurus have been found with horns and some without. So it's unclear if these individuals developed horns over their lifetime, or if this was an example of sexual dimorphism, with males having horns and females without horns. These horns may have even been used by individuals to recognize one another, as it suggested that Shringasaurus may have existed in large herds. The evidence for this is pretty clear. An entire herd of Shringasaurus was killed and fossilized together after some sort of mass mortality event, potentially some sort of flood where the resulting mud would have covered up the corpses of these animals and helped them fossilize so well. So basically, Shringasaurus was a not dinosaur, dinosaur adjacent animal that actually evolved before the vast majority of dinosaurs evolved. Despite having horns similar to Carnotaurus in appearance, it was an herbivore and it probably lived in large herds. Thinking about huge herds of this guy walking around certainly makes me happy, and it should remind you to smile.